What is going on, everyone? It is Andrew from MagicNation_MTG. Welcome back to another episode, and this episode we've got yet another deck tech coming into the books for this episode, and it's all related to all modern format players out there that still believe, that still feel like that snow permanents are just as lethal and devastating as any other basic or sub-basic creature type. So let's get this video started. I'd like to dub this deck Cold-Hearted Simic. So here we go. This is blue and green Simic snow-covered creatures. Let's go. So we've got we're going to be running 4 copies of Chiller Pillar. Actually 3. So with this card, you're going to be casting this card for 3 and a blue for a 3/3 insect, and it has pay 4 snow with monstrosity 2. If this creature isn't monstrous, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it, and it becomes monstrous. You pay a snow land, which can be paid with 1 mana from a snow permanent. As long as it is monstrous, it has flying. So I like this idea. And while it is a bit of a, I would say too high of a mana curve, 3 and a blue, it's not too bad. That's why we're only running 3 copies of this. So next up we've got 2 copies of Blizzard Strix, and you only pay 4 and a blue for a 3/2 bird with flying and flash. And when it enters the battlefield, if you control another snow permanent, exile permanent other than this guy, Blizzard Strix, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So you have to kind of wait a whole turn for that effect to happen, but it's still not too bad of a card, if I may say so. So you're only going to be running 2 copies of it. Next up, we're going to be running 4 copies of Frostwalla in this deck, and so this comes in at 2 and a green for a 2/2 lizard, and it gets +2/+2. You have to pay 1 snow land, and it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Activate this ability only once each turn, so it's not too bad. I like this card. Not too bad of a 2/2 lizard. So again, we got 4 copies of that, and then next up we're going to be playing Glacial Revelation. 2 and a green for a sorcery. Reveal the top 6 cards of your library. You may put any number of snow permanent cards from among them into your hand. Put the rest in your graveyard. That's why we're only going to be running 1. Next up, we're going to be running 4 copies of Sculptor of Winter. And so I don't know if anyone can see it out there. So this card, it comes in at 1 and a green for a 2/2 elf rogue, and you tap it, untap snowland, untap target snowland, and that could either be yours or your own. So again, we're going to be running 4 copies of it. Next up, we're going to be running 2 copies of Graven Lore. So you're going to be paying 3 blue for an instant. Scry X, where X is the amount of snow lands spent to cast this spell. Then you draw 3 cards. So that's interesting. So it's a bit of a steep CMC, but I think it should be okay, especially mid to late game. That's why we're only running 2. Now, this portion of the deck tech we're going to be going over, unfortunately, prior to recording this episode, or of the recording of this episode, I found out that 2 cards are strictly prohibited and or banned from this format for modern, for snow permanents. And that would be 1 copy of Iceberg, which I had no idea that was banned. You pay X blue, and then it's for an enchantment, and then when it comes into play, put X ice counters on it. You pay 3, put an ice counter on Iceberg, or you pay 0, remove an ice counter from Iceberg to add 1 colorless mana to your mana pool. Play this ability as an interrupt. So that's kind of odd or really interesting for a card like this to show up in a deck like this. But I'm sure that if we were to switch out the format from Modern to Legacy or Vintage, then I think that card would be legal. I'm not certain. Or at least prohibited to one copy per deck. Next up, we've got Icy Manipulator. So we've got Icy Manipulator. You pay four for artifact. You pay one, tap it, tap target artifact, creature, or land, and could either be going. That goes for either yours or your opponent's. Next up is another banned card, which I had no idea for until it was announced a while back, years ago, I think. And that would be Arkham's Astrolabe. And you pay one snow permanent, and then when it enters the battlefield, you draw a card, and then you pay one, tap it, add one mana of any color. So I could see where those two cards were banned. Now, in terms of any replacement cards, you can go to some good websites you could check out. One of them would be MTG Assist. Again, that is MTG Assist. You could try that website. You could try to type in on the search bar for exact name of the card, or cards that are similar to that, and you click on the drop-down menu for any format and or set of cards that you could replace the card with. Now, for Arkham's Astrolabe, I've actually decided to switch out with either Prophetic Prism or Abundant Growth. So that's not too bad. So next up, we're going to be, but for Iceberg, I'm not certain what other card I've decided to switch out. But I think for Iceberg, you could probably switch it out for a card like Thing in the Ice, either Thing in the Ice or Rime Feather Owl. That may be an appropriate replacement for Iceberg. But again, that would be only for Modern. If you know any other Modern format, so if you know any other cards that you think would fare up well for those replacements, leave a comment down below in the comment section. Alright, without further ado, let's get back onto the topic at hand. So next up, we're going to be running 3 copies of Rime Tender. And you're going to be, of course, paying 1 in the green for a 2/2 human druid. You tap it, untap another target snow permanent. So actually, I think it's either 3 or 4 copies in this deck. I don't remember if I accidentally went over it by mistake or not. But excuse me. Next up, we're going to be running 2 copies of Silverback Shaman. Pay 3 green for a 5/4 Ape Shaman with Trample, and then when it dies, you draw a card. So that's not too bad for a mid to late game pummeler there. That's why we're only putting 2 cards in this deck, just for the amount of damage it can inflict on your opponent. Next up, we're going to be running 4 copies of Iceberg Cancrix. You pay 1 in the blue for a 0/4 crab. And whenever another snow permanent enters the battlefield under your control, you may have target player put the top 2 cards of his or her library into their graveyard. So that takes effect immediately, unless an opponent has something to counter that with, or respond to that to shut it down. So that's why we're running 4 copies of this card, just for the CMC and the effect. Again, but that's only hoping that an opponent doesn't have something that it can shut it down with instant removal, or bounce back to your hand type of effects. So next up, we're going to be running 4 copies of Guardian Gladewalker, which is pay 1 in the green for a 1/1 shapeshifter and changeling, of course. So it can act as any other creature. So the reason why I decided to put this card in here, just to copy the effect of the iceberg Cancrix. And so I think there's a little bit of a combo going on here. So I like the idea of this card. So it also has, when it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So that's where the combo would kind of come in. It would be a 1/5 crab instead of a 0/4. So that's why, again, we're only adding 4 copies of this of the Guardian Glade Walker. Next up, we got 1 copy of Avalanche Caller, 1 in the blue for a 1/3 human wizard. Pay 2 taps, tap target snowland you control becomes a 4/4 elemental creature with hexproof and haste until end of turn. And yes, it is still a land. So that's pretty cool. I like that idea. That's why I'm only putting 1 copy of it, just for the fact that the snowland becomes a 4/4 elemental and acts as a backup for a late game or mid game out of the left field type of effect. So now we've got 1 copy of Icehide Troll. Pay 2 and a green for a 2/3 Troll Warrior. You pay two snow, and it gets +2/+0 and gains indestructible on the end of turn, and then you tap it. So I like this idea just for that, just for this effect. Let me know in the comment section, guys, again, what you guys think of the addition of this Icehide Troll. Next up, we're going to be running 1 copy of Pilfering Hawk. You pay 1 in the blue for a 1/2 bird with flying, of course. Pay 1 snowland, tap it, draw a card, then you discard a card. Simple as that. Flyers need to be in the game, especially if it's a bird. So again, if you wanted to switch out Iceberg, you could put in 1 copy of Rime Feather Owl, which counts as a snow permanent, and it is perfectly legal in Modern. So next up, we're going to be running 2 copies of Rimewood Falls, and of course it's a snowland. You can add you could tap it or add green or blue, and then it enters the battlefield tapped, of course, upon play. So we're only going to be running two copies of it. Next, we're going to be running 13 copies of. You're going to need 13 copies of Snow-Covered Islands and 10 copies of Snow-Covered Forest. So that is your deck tech in a nutshell, guys. Again, I hope that you guys enjoyed this deck tech. Proving that snow permanents are still viable, still a threat, and still are menacing to this day. I don't care what anyone else says. Nah, just kidding. Nah, everyone's opinion is subject to their own, and feel free to leave a comment down below in the comment section of what you guys and gals think of this deck tech regarding snow permanents and snow creatures in general. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Don't forget to, as always, hit that beautiful like button and smash that subscribe button if you feel so inclined to do so, and check out some of the new content coming out in the near future. Again, guys, we are getting ready to gear up towards the season finale for Season 3 and gearing up for Season 4. Season 4 will be coming up with a little bit of a new switch up at some point in this YouTube channel that I've been doing for a little while, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. So one of the new things I'm going to be trying to do for the Season 4 is a little segment that I like to call the Junk Drawer. And what is the Junk Drawer? The Junk Drawer is going to be a single card, 1 to 5 minute discussion topic on why this card is good or bad, whether if you want to add it into a deck or not, depending on the format you choose. I wouldn't say you choose, but yeah, you at home, the viewers, choose whether it be Commander, Vintage, Legacy, Pauper, Modern, or Custom Kitchen, at home, Custom Casual. At some point, guys, I will be delving into a very, very seldom talked about format, and that is called Penny. penny formats. That is with a format that where cards cost, I would have to say, under $1, but are almost valued at a penny. So let's see what you guys think. I don't know that I'm going to be including any deck techs for the penny format, but I will be talking about it, I wouldn't say in depth, but very briefly in Season 4 coming up. But just giving everyone a heads up out there in the MTG community that Season 4 will be coming up with more videos, more deck techs, pack openings, but at a more slower and sporadic of time frames for uploading and recording and whatnot. My wife and I will be becoming heavily involved with our church in recent months. So do not be surprised if videos are going to be uploaded at a slower pace or slower time frame or schedule, as this will be happening as early as next week, as at the time of this recording of this episode. My wife and I are going to start volunteering for our church and serving in our church more regularly and on a regular basis throughout the weekend and different events coming up. So don't think that I'm going to be abandoning this channel or shutting it down or making an announcement saying, oh, no more videos permanently, or that I'm shutting the channel down permanently. It's just going to be a little bit of a slower pace, and with some extra added content within these videos coming up in the near future. So again, I hope you guys have a great day, evening, and or night wherever you are in the US and worldwide. And so, excuse me, I hope that again that you have enjoyed this deck tech, and as always guys, don't forget to check out some of the new content coming out in the near future. And as always guys, God is real, Jesus is real, and there's a plan and purpose for everything, and there's a plan and purpose for your life. Do not think that you are unvalued, unseen, or invisible. You are not. You are valued, you are seen, you are loved, you are cherished in the name of Jesus and by God, your Creator. Do not forget that, and do not forget that throughout your life. Love you guys. I cherish you guys. Hope you have an awesome day, evening, or night, wherever you are. Again, so don't forget, play something magical today. Peace.